I'm Jinx Scott here at Ditka's in Arlington Heights, and we're here for a special VIP event with Restore Hair Restoration Process. They're going to have their spokespeople here, Chicago legends, everybody should know. Brian Urlacher from the Chicago Bears, of course, Eddie Olczyk, and Jim Corneliuson from the Blackhawks. We're looking forward to hearing what they have to say about Restore and getting a chance to say hi and see what's going on. Let's go on inside.
Hey everybody, I'm Eddie Olczyk and IMS rocks.
I'm John Kahn here at Arlington Racetrack. We are here for the product Restore, which is men's hair growth products. And headlining here today, of course, is Brian Urlacher, who you'll see on many billboards down 294. Also making his debut to the new team for Restore is Eddie Olczyk, and Jim Corneliuson is also here today. So we got a good event. Stay tuned, and we will have more for you to come.
How did we get Brian Urlacher to endorse Restore? And I'm going to tell you now. A few years ago, we realized that if we wanted to change the stigma surrounding hair restoration in Chicago, that we would need to find a macho, tough, well-respected Chicago athlete to endorse our brand. Unfortunately, all those guys turned us down. But instead, we got Brian Urlacher. And it's a great thing that we did. Since the 18 months since Brian has revealed his hair restoration procedure, we have literally created a movement. Brian has given the confidence to thousands of people that have struggled with balding and with thinning hair. The impact has been tremendous and has cemented Restore as the #1 independent hair restoration clinic in the world.
It's a real pleasure to be here and to be a part of this Restore family. There's so many people behind the scenes that do an incredible job for Jordan and his brother and for Dr. Katona. And I started realizing probably when I was in my late 20s, early 30s that I was getting a little thin in the back, and a lot of my teammates, you ride the bus and, guys start busting on one another, and that's what teammates do, is just kind of bust each other chops a little bit. And at the start, it really didn't bother me. And as I got a little bit older, it kind of started, I'm starting to go a little thin in the back, and then I'd be brushing my hair and be trying to gel it up, and next thing you know, I'm washing my hands in the sink, and now there's strands of hair in there, and I'm thinking, well, this is becoming a pretty serious issue. A friend of mine, Jim Carpenter, that's here tonight, a great friend of my family, and he had the procedure done and kind of talked to me a little bit, just said, hey, like people over at Restore and Dr. Katona thought, maybe they could help you out. And my philosophy was, look, what do I have to lose besides more hair? It was the right thing to do, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of the family here at Restore.
I didn't hide my baldness. Nobody tried to hide his baldness with the comb overs or the however you go about doing it. He was trying to hide it. He wanted to hold on to his hair, so he got it done. Looked good. I was really surprised how good it looked. I don't know. There's a lot of pictures floating around of teammates with fake hair, fake news, and fake mohawks and fake mullets.
And that wasn't fake news, by the way.
My daughter got a picture of me as Fabio with the hair. So I researched it pretty well because I wanted to make sure. I didn't want a scar on my head, #1. I didn't want any scars. So if I did not like my hair as a full head hair, I could still shave it bald, and I can, but I enjoy it. My wife likes it.
Most importantly.
Yeah, #1. Yeah. And for some reason, I was like, God, you look so much younger. So hey, that's all the proof I needed right there. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. The showers were longer. It's longer for me to get ready. But other than that, it's okay. I had no idea how big of a deal it would be. I was just like, yeah, I got hair. What do you do? Well, it was a big deal. My daughter texted me. I'm not a social media guy. I don't do this Snap Face. I don't do any of that stuff. But my kids
I'm on Space Face.
Yeah, Space Face is good. Instabook is my favorite. Snapgram is fun too. Anyway, My daughter texted me from school, Dad, you're trending on Twitter. You're #1 trending thing on Twitter. I think, is that good? But that day, I remember I couldn't tell you how many text messages I got that day. It was, my phone was on fire. But it was just amazing how many people cared that I had full head of hair.
For people that are Blackhawk fans in here, and Jimmy obviously does, starts off every Blackhawk game there by singing the national anthem, and my great partner, the great Pat Foley, and I get a chance to chime in there every once in a while, and I try to toot the horn of Restore every once in a while, but I've referred to Jimmy as the singing chia pet. And when you look at some of those pictures back, Jimmy, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, to now, man, you're like, I think you might be the only human chia pet that sings. Like, I mean, and you do it well too. I mean, is that how do you feel? Well, that's okay.
I don't
You're in a long list, a long line, and a long list of people that are in that. So,
but I was watching. I was following my Twitter, and somebody put on there, old chick just called Cornelius in the city human chia pet. What?
hey, well,
So next time I saw him, I said, "Did you call yourself the sportscaster chia pet?" It's like, no.
That's what I felt. I feel like it because it's covered up.
Yeah, it's been great because I have a real defined hairline now. I was starting to lose that. I had not only the hair thinning, but I had white hair on one side, and it was very thin on that one side. And the thinness plus the whiteness, whenever I was under hot lights, it looked bald. It looked like I had one of the big divots, Brian was talking about. So having the real hairline come in, I've been surprised how much really positive feedback I've gotten about it. I'm not married, and so I'll end up at a bar or something. You talk to a woman and you tell her that you had this done, they're always fascinated. Great conversation material. And
why do you think that is, Jimmy? Why do you think that is?
Well, but honestly, I think that is because women have cut their hair a zillion different ways. They've dyed it. They've done everything else with their appearance, and all of a sudden they're like, "You're one of us." My experience afterwards was there was some drainage, not really pain. I just bumped my head once. That hurt. But if you don't bump your head, it's not painful. There was a little drainage that first day, but the second day the drainage had stopped. When I was not really concerned a lot with my hair loss, I just decided to cut it really short right before I did it. But then the opportunity came up, and there were some things that happened that I realized, wow, I'm losing hair, and people can see it. You can see it, on TV. It's getting worse. So I thought, what do I got to lose? So I went and did it, and one of the things that really surprised me was just how excited I got when it started coming in. And it's like, wow, this is great. So now when I talk to guys and they're like, oh yeah, and especially when I talk to guys and I look at their head and I'm like, okay, I can see you've got a lot of donor hair, and this, I feel confident about just myself saying, you should get this done. You should get it. If you're thinking about this, you should get this done, because you're going to feel good in ways you never thought you would, and you're going to look better too.
And we just got through hearing some great stuff about Restore, the hair restoration process from Mehdi Olchek, Brian Urlacher, and Jim Corneliuson. They all look great and they have a fabulous head of hair now, and told us about their process and how that went for them and the great responses they've gotten from it. Hopefully you've learned a little bit too. And this has been Jinx Scott, and I'm with IMS.